the growing developer.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel The Growing Developer. In the comment section, we have been asking to add some new features to the mobile application, our own Corona Tracker app. So here I am, I'll be presenting you and telling you how you can implement all those features. So first of all, a quick announcement that there is a change in the API. They have deprecated the old APIs. You just simply need to add v2 after the API. Let me just show you. If you go to the URL, there you go. In these two functions, we fetch the world data and the country data. For any queries, how we did the app or how we developed this application, you can always watch my previous videos. I'll also embed the link in the info section as well as in the description. Go and check out if you are new to this channel. And all we have done is that I have added /v2 after the URL of this request, right? For all the URL, you just need to add /v2, that means version 2. So they have deprecated the old version, it will not work. So that's the update. That's how you need to change the API. Now next thing is how to add the pull to refresh indicator, and so that we can add the functionality of pulling to refresh. So let's see how we can implement that. So we'll quickly go to our home page. There you go, we have the scaffold, and in this body I'm going to wrap the single child call view with a new widget which is refresh indicator. It's quite simple. Flutter provides the refresh indicator. Now this refresh indicator will take up a function call that you need to call. That means which function you want to call when the user pull to refresh this application, right? Now we have a problem here. This refresh indicator takes up only one function as a parameter. We have two functions and this application is supported by these two functions. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a new function, new method, and name it as the return type will be future. Name it as fetch data, and inside this function it will be async. Inside this function I'm going to copy these two calling lines, right? So from this function, that is, I'm wrapping all the two callings of this function in a single function so that I can add this function in this refresh indicator. So in this on refresh, which function do we need to call? The fetch data function. Don't worry about the parentheses here because this callback takes the name of the function only. So one more thing, in this init state we have to change from all these two calling statements to only one calling statement, that is fetch data, and that's it. Done. We have to restart this application because we changed the function structure. So as you can see that we have restarted our application, and now let's see if the pull to refresh icon is working or not. So we are gonna pull it, and you can see that we have the indicator here, and if we just leave this icon, it will be called. Don't worry, this refresh indicator will be called the function when it completes. All the data will be automatically updated. The problem here is the API update itself in a span of 24 hours. So so you'll not be seeing any changes here. So but this is actually working. Let me just show you. Inside this fetch data, I'm just gonna write this print statement, and in this print I'll write fetch data called. That means whenever this function will be called, this line should be printed, right? So let's restart this application. Now you can see that fetch data called is printed on our console. That's because in int state the fetch data is called, right? Now if I refresh this, you can see that the fetch data called, this print statement gets executed. That means we are able to once again call this function, and once this function call is completed, we can see that the changes are updated, right? Now the next feature that you wanted or requested in the comment section is to add the pie chart values to this. So how to add the pie chart values? You can always implement pie chart using the custom paint widget in the Flutter. So you can also watch the wallet UI video that I posted. There I explained how you can use the custom painter widget to draw your widget, and check out that video, it might be helpful to you. In this video, for the sake of simplicity, I'll be using a predefined, a pre-built widget. Kudos to the developer who made it. Go to pub.dev, let me just open it. Go to pub.dev, this website, and search for pie_chart, and this plugin you can use, you can very easily make pie charts out of it. So all the custom paint job has been done in this plugin, but if you want to add more customization to it, you can certainly go to my UI video there, and it's in the info section as well as in the description. So go and check it out, you might find it helpful. So let's see how we can implement it. First of all, go to your pubspec.yaml, and you can see that I have already implemented the pie chart plugin. You have to write it after the plugin declaration, right? Now if you go to the home page, after this worldwide data, I want to show the pie chart. So where is it? There you go, this is the worldwide panel. I'm not making another file for it, I'm just showing it to you for the demonstration purpose only. So pie chart, and inside this pie chart as a data map, you have to pass the values. So how are you gonna pass the values? Exactly same as how you're getting from the API, right? So it will be, first of all, will be the name of the value. So in our case, it will be confirmed, right? And then the value for the confirmed. So it will be world data and the cases. 2, don't forget to add to double. Why? Because the value that we are getting in return is in integer format. So this pie chart as a data map takes up string as a key and the double as the value, right? So after this we have the recovered, or rather I'll say active. So in this active, I'm gonna pass world data active, and once again don't forget to convert it to double. And you can see that I have added all the 4 values. For the confirmed, it will be the cases value, and for all the values, so if you save it, you can see the pie chart here. Now the color is actually different from the colors that we use, so you can always give the colors to it. So I'm gonna give it colors. So it has a property known as color list. It takes up the list of colors. Now so for us it will be red for confirmed, then for active it will be green. You can always use your colors how you want it. And for the recovered, okay, so the active part it will be blue, and for the recovered part it will be green. And after that, for the deaths, it will be maybe a darkish gray color. So let's save it, and you can see that there is a change in color. So that's how you can implement the pie chart, and you can always give it some padding from above and below. So that's all for the demonstration purpose. That is why I'm not going into any details for this. So that's it for the pie chart value. Now next thing you wanted is to add some customization to the search widget. So let me just show you. If you go to regional, so if you go to regional, you can see that we have all the list of countries, and inside this search, if we write the country name, we get the country that matches the criteria. Now if I just go back and change it from light mode to dark mode, and then go to regional stat, you see that we have the country list. Now if we just press the search icon, you can see that the text is white right now because our brightness is set to dark, but the text is changed to white, but this app bar is not being changed. So how to change the color of the search app bar? So let's quickly go to our page. Where do we have the page? It's inside this pages section and the search, right? And inside this search widget, you can see that we have all the override functions as build actions, build leading, build results, build suggestions. These are the important functions. Now for the customization part, we have one more function known as the app bar theme. So we'll write app bar, and you can see that the suggestion is popped out, right? So for that, let's just return a theme data, and inside this theme data, I'm gonna pass the primary color. So for us, the primary color is primary black, right? So save it, and you can see that the color of the search bar is changed. Now If you just write in the search bar, you can see that we have the text shown in black. Why so? Because by default we have not given any brightness parameter to this theme data. So for that, in the brightness section, I'm gonna write dynamic theme dot off dot brightness. So whatever be our current brightness, it should automatically change it to that. Now save it, and you can see that the color of the text is changed to white. Now this will work according to our theme. Okay, one more question that you asked is how to get state-wise data for India particularly. So for that, I have embedded the API here. I'll write the API in the description also. You remember how we showed all the details for the country based on the names and the stats. So you'll be getting the response same way as the country response that you're getting. And I didn't want it to, I didn't want it to extend the length of this video. So just try it out, and if you find you have any difficulties, you can always contact me through comment section, my Facebook page, or any other social media platform that is in the description. We were able to change the theme for this search bar, as well as we were able to add the pie chart to our application so that it's more visible, or you can say that more attractive. And we were able to implement the pull to refresh icon in this application, so we can always pull to refresh our application. And we changed the API so that it is now working for everyone. So that's all for this video. Hope you like this video, hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that I am able to clear all your doubts. Hope it solves the purpose for you. For me, this will be the last part of this video, and any further updates you can always ping me on Instagram. I'll also add the Instagram URL. Also, you can always connect me through the Facebook. I'll be adding all the links in the description, so that instead of making a video, we can always chat so that your issues are solved. And if I find that the issue is bit more of a common issue, then I'll make a video out of it to explain you better, right? So for the COVID-19 tracker, this will be most probably my last video for that, and hope you enjoy it. Hope you are using this application, making and developing this application. Hope you learn a lot from this. That's it. Hope you're having a nice day. Stay at home, stay safe. Goodbye. Have a nice day.